And we're starting. All right, this podcast. I'm really sorry that we were we didn't do things last time. School
Holy
started,
shit!
Recording issues.
Paul Allen just died.
Guys.
Oh, fuck off.
Paul Allen just died. So yeah. Yeah, no. We were. Huh?
Who was that?
He was one of the founders of Microsoft and the co-owner of the Seattle Seahawks. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
anyway.
He is the owner of the Seattle Seahawks.
Anyways,
we missed 109.
So here's what happened. 109. We were gonna record, and then Saucy's internet died, and then my internet died, and then Eric's recording software died, and his headphones and everything. Right. And then so we scheduled to re-record, and a fucking hurricane hit. So then we were all booked for the rest of September, and now we're here.
And now we're using a much better recording thing that Saucy found. And
shout out to Craig.
Yeah, it's gonna be a little bit more work on the end of getting it all together because you gotta combine audio files. But it's now I can play with my volume and not have it affect the recording volume.
Wait, Eric, are you recording on your end?
No.
Okay.
Not right now.
Okay, I wasn't sure what you meant by messing
Oh, no. It comes in multiple files when you download this thing. Yeah. It's separate audio tracks, so you can mix it and shit.
Cool, I didn't bother looking at that.
What we're going to do is we're just going to skim over 109 since that's kind of in the past.
And it was a shitty chapter anyways. I really didn't want to record a podcast for that chapter.
I fucking loved 109.
I didn't like it. I was like,
because you like Gabi.
I guess we'll schedule.
My favorite parts were the stuff that didn't involve Gabi, actually.
Yeah, I love Gabi too, but it was still a boring chapter.
No, I think
the only good thing 109 gave us was this was the work of the devils. That's it.
No, but just the shit with Mikasa and Louise and that conversation between Flock and Hanji. It was so good from a thematic perspective. It was really freak out. Anyways, Saucy, go over the points. Let's go. Rapid fire.
All right, let's do it. So first we can talk about just the Falcon and Gabi moments. Talking to what's that little girl's name? Kara?
Falcon and Gabi.
Yeah, what's the girl's name? Who are they talking to? The little orphan girl?
Kara,
yeah.
And
Kaya. They were
with a Y.
Oh, Kaya. Oh, excuse me. She's such an important character. All right. So
sorry, Kaya.
So they go to the Browse farm, and Gabi's learning that Eldians aren't that bad, or
correction.
Falcon's trying to show her.
Falco's learning that Eldians aren't that bad. Gabi is resisting this with the level. I can't say that actually.
No, she's
I know where you were
figuring it out, but
no, you don't actually. You do not.
I'm sure it was darker than what I was thinking.
It was not. It was personal.
Oh, well, drop it, Darth.
Mm-hmm. No. So I honestly really like this whole thing.
Yeah,
I have a theory.
Okay.
And so everyone on the sub knows that I am utterly convinced, and have been since chapter 93, that these kids are going to play a very, very important role. Or I think it was since chapter 92, whatever. I've been big on these kids having a big, important role in the future. And it's just with how much time they've gotten without actually having done that much. It's just I know they're being set up for something big. And I am currently convinced that Kaya, and I actually theorized this before this chapter came out, that Kaya is going to be the third part of their trio. And so we got EMA, we got RBA, we got GFK.
Ted Cruz killed GFK. But no, I do agree with that. I think Kyle will be joining them for their escapades from Humor.
Oh yeah, totally. No, I love that idea. I think she balances them out well. They got good chemistry, I think. And it's just it's a little bit of a sketchy moment, but I just kind of want to say that this shot with Gabi and the pitchfork is one of my favorite artistic moments from Isayama.
I really like that shot too.
Oh,
it reminded me of a painting that I saw once.
Yeah, and it's all bent and curved, the pitchfork, the way it's shot, and so it gives this feeling of unease, and then just it's fucking her eyes, and it's swooming in, and then
honestly, she doesn't even really look like Gabi when she's picking up the pitchfork.
Yeah, and it's you understand what's going through her head right now, because she's under the impression that this is fucking Mission Impossible. These people are gonna fucking eat me if they find out who I am. It's.
Mm-hmm.
And so this is her kind of final moment of being a total bitch, and Kaya's just absolutely just like, she's a fucking angel, like, for not having freaked out over that.
Like a fallen angel, talking of company.
So next up is the
What was your next
Kiyomi
point?
and Zackley
What was your next point,
meeting.
Saucy?
Yeah, the Kiyomi and Zackley meeting.
So it brings up this plane, and that's like the main purpose of it, bringing up this plane.
Yeah.
What the fuck? And the purpose of this is so that they can like observe the rumbling happening kind of up close without being in the
line of fire,
splash zone, so to speak. Yeah, so,
splash. That's a good one. Yeah.
And so it's obviously it's gonna fly, and they're gonna like get a good look, and that's gonna be like how they said it all in the newspapers. It's like, this is what like over in paradise. So don't fuck with them. But now that Zackley's, dead.
Yeah. I wonder how that affects the alliance they have.
And like,
it's not going to affect it at all because Kiyomi just wants the money and the ice burst.
Well, what if Eren becomes the king and he's like, I don't want to fucking work with the Hizuru people?
I get the feeling that Kiyomi's not exactly in on all of this, like...
I agree. I don't really think she's the head of
no, absolutely not.
She's like she says she is.
Yeah, and so it's just like, it's just in a sort of a weird place, right? I feel like this is going to be used for a different reason than it was brought up for it in this chapter.
Obviously, maybe like the walls doing Titan Rain, but we have to remember that Kiyomi met with Zeke. Kiyomi was in with Zeke. Kiyomi knew that the attack on the festival was coming.
Oh God, you're right about that, though.
She did. She did.
Wait, well, I mean, so did Paradise at that point, right? Because
but they were kind of scrambling to catch up, I think.
Yeah, but there was a month of notice.
It's a good point.
Was it a whole month?
She was one of the first people that met with Zeke.
Yeah. It's just like, Anyways.
Yeah, that's a tough one. I guess a point would be to make that the airplane uses ice burst stone. So yeah. I'm assuming there's nobody else in the world that has at least this kind of plane. Maybe it is more efficient. Maybe it can fly longer.
Yeah, so...
I don't know. My thoughts that it's going to be a fucking flop.
That would be
it's obviously not, but it seems like...
it just crashes right down where the Wall Titans are, and they get squashed anyways.
Smacks into Armin's face.
Armin will just have to grab it out of the air while it's going down.
King Kong moment.
That would be epic.
Fucking
alright,
love it.
Next up is the pressing Hanji for answers about what's going on and why Eren's in jail. And she doesn't have any. Where you look at that?
109, I feel like, was really completed in some ways by 110 because she was saying stuff about just like, what was the line? Everything we do is for the sake of the Eldian people.
Zeke.
That's grim. That's grim.
And then it's just like, that reminds me so much of what Zeke says in the next one, just like, everything I did was for the sake of Eldian. It's like what Kruger's going on about. And it's just like,
That's what all of them are saying.
And what Oniakopon says and what Yelena says. Yeah, that's everyone. Everyone says they're doing it for the Eldians. That's the point. Who's really doing it for the Eldians?
And it's this cool kind of like thematic thing, I don't know. I just think it's very interesting. And another thing I think is interesting is that this gate thing at the gates, it's like it was this big thing in 110, but here is like where it started. And it's like, it's this thing that's been going on. And it's like you're just focusing on things from like the point of view of like Hanji and Armin and people like that. But what's so cool about this is that there's been all this stuff that we've kind of like been hearing about Flock doing and stuff that incited all of this. And there's this stuff going on in the background. And this is basically Uprising arc, but from the opposite perspective.
Correct. That's exactly what I was about to say. Hanji is doing exactly what the MPs were doing.
It's like we don't see what the revolutionaries
That's the point. That's why she had the flashback to Sana saying, break a leg.
Yeah, but not just on the
so when Uprising 2.0 happens, don't be surprised.
The way the story is told is just like you're exclusively from the different POV, right? You're from the entirely different point of view. I just love this
Dude's
shit.
a genius. Dude's a genius.
I also kind of like it. It's very much paralleling current U.S. politics. I know.
Oh, hush.
In that, like, no. Like, the gate thing that we're seeing in these chapters is kind of what's going on in the White House right now. Like, there's constant protests up there. And I don't care if you're right or wrong. It's an interesting parallel, I think. Especially with the whole the debate this has started, of course, is what is national security? What does national security entail? Blah blah blah. And that's another
human nature is universal, which is why you can find parallels in countries. So I don't think that's like invalid what you said. You know, I do think this is a great tool for analyzing international politics. But I'm just saying, I mean international politics, just like politics in different countries. I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I love we saw Flegel in the newspaper guys.
Yeah, we did.
What newspaper guys? I'm an anime only. What's a newspaper guy?
Oh, shut the fuck up.
I'm still pissed about that.
It's true though, isn't it? Ah.
All right. So next up is the Flock and Hanji conversation.
Oh, this was such a good.
Where Hanji finds out that Flock was the one who leaked the information to the press about Eren being looked up. And he has the best line of the chapter where he says, Eren did nothing wrong, which he didn't.
Eren did nothing wrong. I think my favorite exchange in this chapter is it's just, what was it? He says, it's what guarantees our right to live. Eren saved the lives of every citizen in the new Eldian Empire, and then Hanji corrects him. You mean the nation of Eldia. And it's just,
It just like clearly shows the two thought processes that both sides have.
Flock is so just like...
indoctrinated.
It shows that there's two different like opinions of people in Paradise. People like saying that we should like try to become a power in the world and we deserve to be on top after what happened to us and all that stuff, and we should expand and we shouldn't just cower back behind the walls and we should go beyond the wall.
Yes, go on the offensive.
There's the people here who are just like, nah, we should stay behind the walls, hiding behind
Hanji wants
the
to
wall
be friends with the entire world.
And then you have to remember. Well, no, I think, Eric, it's less of that and more of a we should be part of the world versus we should conquer everything. And,
yeah, I know. But
what I want to point out is that in 110, after the thing happens and the whole crowd goes Shinzo with Sasageo, well, actually, no, it's before that. They're using the same term as Flock. They're saying we need Eren for the new Eldian Empire.
Oh, did they say that?
In the official translation, yeah.
Oh, that's so good. God, that's so good.
Eric,
this
is
so glad that's coming.
This is exactly why we link the official translation of the server before we record.
We're on 109 right now, though.
Just saying.
I know. I think I read it. I just missed that detail.
I'm scrolling right now. Free Eren, only Eren could save Eldia. There is no new Eldian Empire without Eren Yeager.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, Flock is obviously making great points here. I mean, how long can they really keep Eren in this cage?
And it's just like,
I don't know.
Hanji
I don't know if you can compare Flock to Hitler.
Hanji's saying something like, "Oh, there's no guarantee the rumbling will work." And Flock says, "Like you're only saying that Eren locked up, and because you don't trust him, you don't want it to work because you don't want Eren to be a necessity for us." And it's just there's just that silence after it.
Yeah, she had the baby mouth because she knows that he is correct.
I'm not gonna take sides in this.
I'm certainly taking Flock's side.
I'm on Hanji's side here.
There's just
Mom
not
Taku
time.
is orgasming
no
in her seat as she listens to this.
There's no time for Eren to be sitting cage.
Oh, well,
they need to be moving right now.
Good for you.
They need to be on the offensive, making plans to do something. They can't just sit here with their hands their hands under their asses, their head in the sand. They're Eldian asses, yes. Yeah.
And
Hanji just wants to sit back and wait for diplomacy. It's just not gonna work, Hanji. It's not.
This point where Hanji just like throws her hands down. That's so good. That was such a great one.
I
did enjoy that one, yeah.
It's gonna be great animated too.
Yeah, like all these chapters so far have like been like they work really well as their own self-contained episodes because they've got so many scenes in them.
Mm-hmm.
Just like I'd love to see this animated. Honestly, this is going to be so good
in 2030.
Yes, it is.
Ayo. So next
Wait studio, everybody. Wait studio. I cannot wait. I cannot wait to see the ocean in season 6.
Hey.
Because let's be honest. Let's be honest. Sassy. Let's be honest. There is going to be a break between, like, right when Erwin falls, there's going to be another season break. Okay. Then Crispy Armin's going to be another. Then right in the middle of Grisha's Memories, there's going to be another season break. So we're going to be on season like 6 or 7 by the time we get to the ocean.
Oh God, we only get to watch 12 episodes of anime at a time. What a fucking travesty! Can you imagine?
Yes.
Anime seasons being 12 episodes long.
Yeah, it's really fucked up.
Brought to you by Wait Studio.
So
they shouldn't even call this season 3 still.
All right, let's move on to the next point. We got to get to chapter 110 eventually.
We do. I just want to say real quick, did anybody else expect Flock to be blonde?
Everybody.
Yes,
literally everybody did.
Everyone expected him to be blonde.
Why is it?
Saucy, it's like you're going to r/unpopular opinions and posting like something not unpopular at all.
Wow, that was such a great analogy.
Shut up! I'm tired, and the only unpopular opinion I could think of is not something that should be said on the podcast.
All right, then.
let's move on. So we have the Mikasa and Louise part, where Louise is locked up and she's kind of paralleling how Mikasa feels about Eren.
What I love here with that scene was that it confirmed that Louise was the mystery girl we kept seeing in Liberia, which was the most out of left field theory like that we've had confirmed. Like crazy. Yeah, no. Just hey, who's this girl? We're not sure who she is. It's that fucking girl from like chapter 7. It's never been mentioned again. It's her. Guess what? It's actually her. So yeah, that's one of our most out there theories that's come true. Fight me on it.
Yeah, I don't know, maybe.
But
I guess it just seems so Isayama to me that it
is. So much attention to detail.
I love how she asks, like, "Hey, have you been in this cell before?" And like, Mikasa's been in a cell before for trying to save Armin by going against orders. And she's just like getting kind of defensive, just like, just shut your mouth. You don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, because I think Louise knew the answer to most of the questions she was asking. I think she knew that Mikasa had been there before.
It's great because like Mikasa's kind of being faced with like a version of herself almost.
Well, I think that's what her whole headache and coordinate flash there was. Is she was starting to doubt Eren and think like Eren's in the wrong here, but then her Acker hacks like
she almost did
kicked back in, and she got her headache and the splitting back to the memory of when she imprinted on him, and it's her Ackerman powers saying like, no, you go with him.
No, but that flashback though, because it's the way it's drawn, it's so much more sinister. And it's just
look at his eyes.
Newsflash: brand new mangaka is bad at art at beginning of series.
Well, I mean, I think it's supposed to be because it's just like with all the curved lines in it, that's supposed to feeling of unease.
Yeah, it's definitely supposed to be
shot with Eren looming over him, and just the focus on the knife in one of the shots. I think it's clearly supposed to like she's seeing Eren in a less wonderful light.
So there's a part with Yelena and Pyxis in this chapter, but we can just skip that until 110 because it kind of goes along with it. So
I do think it's interesting that they mentioned this railroad completion celebration, and I think that is gonna be a flashback in one of the coming chapters. You
think actually showing what Yelena and Eren talked about, or just?
Well, I think before that, it's like we're gonna see like the sense of that, and it's gonna be kind of like what 108 was, where it's kind of like a snapshot of what life was like in that point in Paradise's past.
Yeah, I could see Isayama starting a chapter with one of those.
Just like a third half the chapter, something like that.
Saucy, did you just say you could see Isayama starting a chapter with a flashback?
I did. I could see it. I could see it. All right, so there's another. Pretty much the rest of the chapter is Falcon and Gabi.
Yeah, I really like the way he drew this house all overgrown and stuff, and just like that flashbacks to season 2, and it's a nice moment. I think this was a nice moment. It was a good way to end the chapter.
So I like the part where we said we were going to do like 5 minutes of 109, and now it's been like, what, 30?
Oh, yeah. It's been about 30 minutes.
1, 2, 1, 10. Woo! Let's go.
Yeah. So 109. Oh, hold on. Let's go ahead and rank or rate 109 before we move on. I'll give it like a 4.
Yeah, I was going to say 4.
Way too much Gabi for me.
This is totally my kind of chapter, but just like, because I'm going to stop comparing them. I've always been comparing things to just like what, like its ranking in overall in terms of Attack on Titan chapters. I'm going to change my ranking system. I'm going to change my ranking system to in terms of chapters from 91 and on, right? So just this most recent thing, how it compares to those things. In that case, I think I'd give this like a 7 out of 10. 109. I still like it a lot. Though I think there have been more impactful ones. There's so much that's just like totally my thing, but it's just like you got stuff like 108, which just like 108 I think was one of the best chapters of this arc so far. That just had so much to chew on, so many fantastic lines. Dark content.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Any chapter that doesn't have Zeke or Eren in it is not getting higher than a 5 from me.
No, fuck
it just
off.
Can't.
Hey, well, speaking of Zeke,
let's go ahead into 110. Okay, so
chapter 110. What are Geneva Conventions?
The gas flows over Rape Titan.
I just want to know how the fuck nobody in the town noticed the fucking cart Titan being there.
Maybe they were kind of far away. It looks like they're forestry. Page.
Saucy's robot.
Of course. Who's making that noise? All right. So Zeke is going over his little anecdote talking about how he.
Eric, Saucy's a robot for you too, right?
Tell people.
Yeah, more or less. Yeah. Oof, that was rough.
All right, we'll be right back, everybody, once Saucy figures his shit out.
Yeah, so they're going over this anecdote about how Zeke turned all of these people into Titans with this gas. I don't know what you call that thing, but
gas
they had a
attack.
lot of them out there. They had a lot.
He fucking gassed. Oh my god!
He gassed
the Eldians. Damn it, Isayama!
Oh my god!
I'm abstaining from making that joke for a while now because I realized it myself.
That is.
You just got that realization from me in live time. God fucking damn it. Someone needs to explain to this man what is not okay.
Yeah. And so he's explaining how it works. It's
basically gas mixed with roofies. So he gassed and roofied the Eldians at the same time.
Hot. And so we have this conversation afterwards, where Levi is like listening to this over and over again. And it's to come to the conclusion. I think this is so interesting. And just an interesting thing to put into the scene. Levi says he's come to the conclusion that you feel absolutely no empathy or remorse about these people that you killed. He keeps saying all this shit.
So the correct translation is, it's clear you don't have a single damn fleck of guilt about this. Just saying. Oh, what the fuck?
Before we get to that part, I just want to
No, Saucy.
What?
So I'm looking at the official translation right now. And in this panel, it's clear you don't have a single damn fleck of guilt about this. I'm not sure if you're willing to save LD or not. There's a fucking row of X's across Levi's face. How the fuck does that happen?
Somebody's getting fired for that.
Hold on. What the actual fuck?
Pay for the official release.
And first, Crunchyroll's a month late with 109, and then they just X out Levi's face, pretty much.
I want to support them.
But Eric, of course, please post a screenshot of this panel on the video.
I will. I'll intersperse one, because this is just ridiculous. This is absolutely inexcusable. Like, Eren Yeager, I could almost, like, move.
Yeah, so before we recorded, I noticed later in this chapter, where is it? Probably near the bottom, I think.
Yeah.
Holy shit, there's a lot of pages.
It is. It's the page right before they show Eren getting
It's a chapter.
Yeah. Right when the guy bursts in and says Eren's escaped, they misspell it as Yeger. Eren Yeager has escaped! How do you misspell your main character's name? Like...
And they fucked up bigly.
How? Are they, like, slowly evolving it so it's gonna turn into Eren Yeager or something?
It's gonna turn into Eren Ymir.
Oh, shit!
Every time he eats a Titan, he loses another letter.
Chew on that.
Okay, there goes that. Kodansha is fucking up hard. That's like their translators are smoking crack at this point. Back to the chapter.
Yeah, and so there's another part where Levi says, or Zeke says, tell people that we don't have all the time in the world, and Levi says, I agree, but they mean different things. Zeke's saying, like, for me and Eren to do the rumbling experiment, and Levi is saying, for someone to eat you. And
I did not think that.
I didn't think that either.
I know, it's this cool double meaning.
I thought Levi was talking about for Marley to retaliate.
Yeah, it's because
that could be it too.
Because they weren't. There was nothing about eating Zeke in this conversation.
Well, no, because they don't want to tell Zeke that he's going to get eaten.
Right, but my point is, obviously he's dying.
Levi doesn't want Zeke to get eaten. Levi wants to kill Zeke.
Well, he's got like a year left.
But I don't think that's the meaning of it, because there's nothing to indicate that in the conversation that Levi was even slightly thinking about. I think he was legitimately agreeing with Zeke. Yeah, we don't have time. We need to get this tested and get our defenses up. I
disagree, but whatever. Moving on.
Yeah, let's keep moving.
We got this Pyxis Yelena conversation. And I like it. I want to start with the end, because it basically it's Isayama's way of saying everything Yelena told us was complete and utter horseshit.
I'll start with the official translation, because you're not reading it.
I am.
All right, okay, well, you know. Anka slams down the book on the table. Like, she fucking slams it down. And then Pyxis says, I'd like to believe that myself. How about you tell me everything you and Eren said to each other? You know how to tell a good lie? Mix in a little bit of truth from time to time.
Mm-hmm. And then the page after that, we've got Oniakopon mixing cards which never show up in the scene afterwards.
No,
really,
Isayama. The rest of the scene.
You had to make the only black guy a liar.
They're not involved in the scene.
So yeah, there's a big theory going around that Yelena actually is telling the truth, and Onyankopon's the bad one, mixing everything up.
Or that they both are, and that Onyankopon's just a better liar.
Now, of course, we do need to note that the guard that was guarding Hanji and Oniakopon was drinking wine.
Drinking Titan
There's
wine.
just so many fucking symbols here. Okay,
that being said, they did escape from. They're no longer in that position, so it's probably a red herring. Anyways, Yelena Pyxis.
Yeah. I'll get back to that later. I mean, what's there to say? Like, Yelena and Eren met. We know. Yelena's lying. We know.
Probably.
Yeah.
Like, it was all just a setup to that punchline. It's just like a setup to the mystery of what they talked about, and a setup to that punchline of just like, yeah, I knew that everything that you said was horseshit. Now tell the truth this time. This scene with Oniakopon and Hanji, it's great. So this guard is sitting there eating. So the wine is a symbol of Marley. That's what the wine is a symbol for, because that's like, it's always been a symbol for Marley's influence on Paradise. The tree.
I was taking it more as like this is Titan wine thing, because that's the big theory going right now.
I think that there will be Titan wine, but I don't think any of the wine has been Titan wine yet. That's my theory. I think that Because it's like the Titan Wine would activate instantly. I think Marley and Wine.
No, it activates when Zeke screams.
No, but it causes them to
good point.
go unconscious.
Well, that could be a side effect of the gas. We can't say for sure yet.
I mean, you saw those.
Actually, no. We can, because the Titans that were from the plane and the Titan bombing, the Titan rain, they were like frozen up and frothing.
They're like foaming at the mouth.
They were in a vegetative state. Like those guys weren't.
Agreed.
So there's no Titan wine yet.
Yeah. I think there will be, or at least some kind of wine poisoning, whatever. But wine represents Marley's influence. The tree has been a very interesting symbol in the series. A bunch of people die on trees. Fucking Kenny died on a tree. Petra died on a tree. There was a tree.
Don't remind me!
There was a tree when Eren was getting his first memories and shit. There was this like tree at the start of 96, like Rhina like collapsed next to a tree for that whole scene, and the tree was this big set piece. And then when he talked about like change in history and this is why we're here, he fucking like uproots a dead tree, and then
it's true.
Yeah, and then it's like the guy hanged himself on a tree. And I think it's a symbolism for like rebirth and reincarnation, or maybe
what it could be.
Something involving
for the world tree from
I was gonna say Yggdrasil. It could be Yggdrasil.
I think it's tied to the devil. I think it is very much tied to the devil, and I think it definitely is supposed to be Yggdrasil, or however you pronounce it.
Yggdrasil, I think.
And then you have him eating an apple, which is a metaphor for the deal with the devil, like the one that Amir Fritz did. And so what this is telling me is that right now, Hanji is making a deal with the devil, and Onyankopon's the devil.
Just because he's black? Okay, I see how it is.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
That's what I heard too, Darth.
Do you know how much this pains me? I'm a huge fucking Onyankopon Hanji shipper here, all right? But it's just the facts.
There is a lot of symbolism there, I'll give you that.
And he also just has a fucking gun just for like extra measure. Like, I'm not sure that even means anything.
So it means he's guarding Onyankopon. That's what it means.
Yeah, that's what it means. But that's also been.
Was there even a deal struck between Hanji and Onyankopon?
I think Eric is high. For the record.
I think I'm onto something.
That's what they all say.
Oh, you got a point there. I definitely think that it's a reference for someone making a deal with the devil. It could be with the Marley government, and not Marley government. It could be for the Paradise government and Yelena, Paradise government, and Marleyans in general.
I would be a little disappointed if Oniakopon was a bad guy. I like him. And,
me too. I hope it's not true.
And also, I mean, two black people in the story, one of them's a bad guy, just say. I would
just wonder what could be his motive if he's a bad guy.
I don't know. I really, really fucking hope he's not. And that I'm like, it's very possible that he's not, and that this is just a symbol for the for like them making a deal with the volunteers and with Yelena and stuff. But it's like he is doing the mixing the cards, and it's just like Yelena. Everyone knew that Yelena was, and so then Pyxis said, "Hey, you're a bad liar." But not everyone's convinced Onyankopon is lying, and that might just be because Isayama knows how to write a good liar, and how you write a good liar is to have them mix some truth in.
It's very true.
I might be high.
I'm just gonna butt in and say, if you hear weird noises, my puppy just decided to come join the podcast.
I might be high. This was Puppet's idea.
No, not Puppet. Puppet popped in.
Puppet's idea. That makes.
And then he left.
Any sense?
No, I'm saying my dog is here, and we should have named him Bertolt because he is the god of destruction with how much he shreds. He's a Bernese mountain dog, so he's like a colossal titan, and he sleeps in the weirdest positions. So he's really Bertolt. And I was telling my dad we needed to have named him Bertolt. I was pushing for that name. We didn't get that name. His name's Jackson, but yeah, he'll always be my Bertolt.
Birdie boy. Anyways,
so if you hear weird noises, it's Jackson being weird.
Yeah, and so I made that post where I said I see into the future of this arc with paths, and one of them was that at one point Onyankopon's going to save Hanji's life, but it's all just to prove his loyalty to the cause, and later he's going to betray her.
I'd be okay with it. I've been seeing a lot of Hanji death flags this whole volume, pretty much.
Please, no.
No.
Sorry, Mom.
Not Hanji.
All right, at the end of the conversation, she says, "Come with me, Oniakopon." Where do you think they're going?
They went to the meeting where...
Yeah.
Oh, she did bring him with her. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
no, they showed up there.
Then we got the Annie crystal scene.
Armin, you gotta stop groping this crystal, bro.
No, it's like the worst part about this scene is that when Hitch was making excuses about Armin doing this out of sheer horny energy, he did it like his denial was so unconvincing. And
the official translation was, "I'm sorry, just don't ban me." Which, for one, we are so using as a reaction image now whenever someone whines in mod mail. Like it's pinned to our mod chat now. But for two, that was the worst denial ever.
Oh god, I don't like the theories that he's getting influenced by Bertolt because there's very little because like that's a special thing for the royal family and also kind of invalidates characters on their own. Like I kind of like characters being themselves. I
mean, Eren's not royal and he's getting influenced.
That's not.
I think it invalidates characters.
That's not what
he got influenced by the fact. He got influenced by the memories. That doesn't mean like that the memories are changing his personality. It's just like
I
always think Armin put a little something for
Isayama said like when he has a certain look in his eyes, another one is running him, something like that. I don't know.
I don't think Isayama said that. That's a theory. But
okay. I'd have to reread what Isayama actually said.
Isayama said that Eren has been influenced by the memory he's got, but that could easily just be interpreted. The fact that he saw these memories changed his perspective.
That's true.
I think that Armin thinks in some way that Annie might be the only one right because of like things that he knows about her and the fact that like just what he knows about her personality and what she values and
also he has a crush on her.
Yeah, I do think that he might have a crush on her. And it's just
I think he does.
They seem to have a weirdly close bond. Like during that
They did, even season 1 they did.
Yeah, I was always confused why she followed him, just that Armin would see her as a good person.
Have you seen the A Bridge on Titan version?
Oh yeah, no, he just
where he strips nude. He's like,
yeah,
you like what you see, Eddie? You like what you see?
What?
Oh no, I found Sarah and Mikasa. We're gonna have a double date.
Also, Hitch is looking pretty good.
Oh, I love this hairstyle.
I never comment or notice on people's looks in a manga, but holy shit, Hitch.
She is rocking that.
Also, something's up with her nose in this. Like, there's 3 lines across her nose in every panel. Like, does she have a cold or something? What's up with that?
I don't know.
Well, Armin has lines on his too.
Armin here, he's just like beads of sweat are flying off him.
Yeah, he's definitely got.
So what we're saying is Berthold is controlling him.
No, I think Armin's just a healthy teenage boy who's got a bit of a crush on Annie, and is just thinking, what if she came out right now? And then it's like I explained things to her, and she understood me, and then we held each other tight.
I do think he was genuinely trying to see if you'd get memories by touching her.
Oh, totally. But it's not that. But he wasn't not thinking about that.
Oh yeah. This chapter confirmed something. This chapter confirmed that Annie is not aging in that crystal because her hair is still where it was when she went in.
I would say he might be trying to see if he could get memories, but after you do it the first time and you don't get any memories,
I think that Armin just wants. I think he just genuinely wants to have some connection with Annie because it's just like he was talking to her. It's just like, could we have changed something? I think he feels this kinship with her, and I think that's going to get explored. And someone came up with this great idea that I fucking love. That some point during that, it's like you got Armin who wants to try diplomacy with the rest of the world, and Eren who wants to beat them back with force. And then we had Lady Tiber in a crystal. We had Clitoris in a crystal.
Tiber?
Tiber, whatever. I don't know. I always pronounce it Tiber in my head. we had clitoris in the crystal that he forced open like with the nutcracker. And then what if we had Armin who like formed a connection and got someone out of their crystal? And yeah, there's the parallel. I saw that on Tumblr.
I definitely think Annie is coming back real fucking soon. Like, everyone has been saying that for like every chapter, Stiller. But the best part is he's never going to know I said that because he doesn't listen. He popped into our mod chat today. I was like, yay, Darth's watching JoJo. And then he just left. But no.
Oh, that's me.
I think she's so coming back because this is like the third time in recent chapters that they've explicitly brought her back.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Not just in flashbacks.
I hope Reiner is the one to get her to come out.
Nah,
it should be Armin. It's
Armin.
totally going to be Armin.
It'd be kind of whack.
Speaking of which, guys, what do you think about this theory that's been going around since like chapter 107? I think it was 107. About how Eren represents paradise, Mikasa represents Hizuru, and Armin represents Marley in terms of like, certain things. And it's just like Armin, he's so apprehensive.
So Mikasa's only working with Hizuru's only working with Paradise because they want the resources. What are Eren's resources that Mikasa wants here? What's the parallel, Eric?
She wants
what's
the
parallel?
I think we all know.
Give me that iceberg stone.
But it raises a interesting potential that I don't think the theory needs to be true for it to have a point. That Armin is very apprehensive about the path that Paradise is going down. He wants to connect with the rest of the world the most. And I think he's one of the closest people to thinking that maybe the rest of humanity does have a lot of importance and it's worth protecting. And, if it's like means going to war with them, it's like we should try to avoid, if it comes to like making the Wall Titans walk and like making war with them, we really want to like not do that for moral reasons. And I'm almost wondering if there's going to be a part where Armin and the warriors meet and Armin teams up with them.
I think that's definitely going to happen. And when that happens, I think that when Reiner comes back to Paradise and sees all his 104's buddies, his side is going to take over, and he's also going to switch sides.
Reiner's not going to switch sides.
Reiner just wants out. Reiner doesn't care about either side. He just wants out.
He's going to switch sides.
Yeah.
Maybe it might be right at the end, but I think it's definitely coming.
Nah. Anyways, so fucking manga life crashed on me. It does that every like 30 minutes.
Never had that happen.
So we've got these people outside the gates. Free Eren. Only Eren can save Eren. Free Eren 2018. Only Eren can avenge our...
I'm curious what the sign they're holding in that panel says.
Free Eren 2018.
Dedicate your heart, Charlie?
I don't know. It's hard to tell.
Oh, and somebody just said on the subreddit, I love how they corrupted Shinzo Osasageo.
Oh, yeah.
They made dark. And
it's like Allahu Akbar. It means God is great, but everyone knows it as the jihadist thing.
Yeah, and I'm not going to say yeah and like step into that territory, but it's like somebody said that it's kind of just like, it's like it's one of these jingoistic nationalistic war cries that gets people like together. And just like you've heard a bunch of them throughout history. There's the Sieg Heil jokes that like might not be a perfect analogy, but
yeah, I would say in most instances in world history, it's not a good sign. You got an angry mob outside.
Yeah,
screaming the same thing, happy about their world leader or their head of state being blown to pieces.
Chanting anti-establishment rhetoric in the name of the savior. Yeah.
But in this case, I like it because what choice are they really? Eren is literally their only chance.
And so I think my biggest problem with this chapter comes up here, and that's the fact that they reincorporated the shit machine in what should be a very serious moment.
No.
Oh, exactly was serious. He was going to put Eren on that shit machine.
I saw it like the corner of the first panel. I'm like, Yes! The ship machine! And
this whole thing has been
my thing with this, though. My thing with this. They ask exactly what's going to happen to Eren, and Zachary's immediate response is to look at the ship machine.
Oh, yeah. Oh, right. I noticed that.
Exactly.
He was going to fucking put Eren in the ship machine.
Use it on Eren. Oh, there's no question.
I mean, hey, it doesn't create a wound.
Nope, it doesn't. Well, unless you force the food in too hard, then.
Oh.
I Titan shifted because of rectal bleeding.
Harder, Daddy.
All right.
I did not expect it.
What I find interesting is that it's just like she asks what happens to Eren, and Zachary almost seems to have kind of a sad look on his face. Almost like he didn't want to tell them the news. It's like, I know. I didn't expect Zachary to exhibit feelings of empathy.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I guess he's kind of not necessarily known Eren for a long time, but I mean, he has got him out of a lot of sticky situations.
Oh, I think it was more.
And we all know Zachary loves sticky situations.
Ayo.
All right.
I couldn't resist that time. I couldn't.
One of the best details in this whole chapter is when Mikasa's just like, I'm going to listen in to what they're saying. Arm's like, Mikasa, wait, don't break military law. And she's just like, but we got to know. They can't keep it a secret. And it, like, the parallel is super blatant, but it's still a good one, I think.
Parallel to
what Flock did by releasing information and then getting locked up. Or getting
Flocked up.
Locked up.
I fucking hate
All
you.
right.
Okay, so let's see.
Is that a 1 out of 10?
Server. Okay, he's gone. Now I need to find him and send him a new server invite. Invite to server. Where's Eric? Quote.
Oh, is he not in here?
No, I kicked him from the server. I fucking kicked him. It was that bad.
He was asking for it.
It was that bad. Oh, and I need to give him the role so we can join the recording.
Jeez. Fully kicked him.
I'm also gonna give him the fucking heathen role because, yeah. No, not the Reddit mod role, Saucy, come on.
I skimmed.
There we go.
Welcome back. It was that bad of a fucking joke.
I was like, did Darth accidentally delete the server? What happened?
No, I kicked you. I straight kicked you.
All right, okay, good.
This is what happens when I run a Discord server. Everybody should know this by now. There's a reason we don't have one anymore.
All right, so I have a question.
Real quick. Eric, not this Eric, but the Eric Cassidy Walton Eric. He probably gets kicked from our Discord server like once a week.
All right, so logistics of this. What's up?
Yeah?
Someone came into his room, I think.
No.
For the record, I hope the recording kept the left the server sound.
I don't think it will. But that would be pretty great.
It'd be hilarious. Just a doot. But just in case it didn't, I did narrate it. There is an annoying bug on Discord, though, where you can't, like how you right-click someone and invite them to a server, you can't invite them to the server you're currently in, even if you just kicked them. So you have to like go out and find them and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
So even if they're no longer on the server, it pisses me off. That's why it took so long, because I had to find you.
Sorry, guys. I just had the pizza man come to my door.
Ew, nice.
Okay, Klein.
All right. So, yeah, about the logistics of the ship machine bombing. So you can see the 3, what are these, MPs?
Yeah.
They walk in. It doesn't look like any of them have a bomb. And they said
no,
it
was confirmed that the bomb was planted in the ship machine, yeah.
So they had to go in and manually trigger it?
I don't think they were involved at all.
Oh, okay.
I think
you know what? There were 3 chairs in the room and a ship machine. It was probably pressure sensitive, so one of them had to sit on the ship machine.
Oh my god! That's my new
savage.
headcanon.
Not sit on, like, go on and full strap yourself in, just like they took
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Oh, that makes so much sense.
In fact, it was probably Zackley, because you'll notice his legs are blown off.
Yep.
Yeah, what if they forcibly sat on the ship machine?
They weren't involved. They died.
Yeah.
So
Also, I'm pretty sure we've seen one of them
voluntarily
before.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
So he voluntarily sat on the ship machine and blew himself up?
No, he didn't know the bomb
I don't
was
think
there.
he knew. Zackley didn't know. None of the people in that room knew.
So how'd the bomb blow up? So it was just like...
Someone sat on the shit machine because there's nowhere else to sit.
But who is someone? So one of these 3 sat in the ship machine.
It doesn't matter. Yeah. It's irrelevant.
Okay.
Or Zackley. Because Zackley's missing his legs. It could have been him. But regardless,
let's
they're just like, oh, there's nowhere else to sit. I'll just sit on this weird chair. Boom!
Alright, so the boom happens.
Because you gotta remember, the only people who knew what the ship machine actually were Zackley and Pyxis. And Erwin.
Oh, fair enough. So we see the boom. Zackley goes flying. His body splatters on the ground. Mikasa saves Armin.
Wait a second.
Something to get out.
So wait. So Mikasa, before the bomb goes off, she has like a full body like freak out, and there's even a shudder sound effect. What happened?
Those acre senses.
That's what I'm wondering. If it was the acre senses. Because you think if she heard a click or something, it would have had a click sound effect. Huh. That's actually really important for the future, I think.
Yeah, well,
I've seen that theory where Ackermans can't exactly see like the entire future, but just like a few seconds ahead, which is what helps them in combat so much.
Ooh.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you know how they'd see that? Fucking paths.
I agree.
I love the art in the explosion. It's really great, just like the whole body falling down, thinking everyone's reaction.
And how you can see the silhouette of him first.
Yeah, that was cool.
Oh, yeah.
I'll also say, when I first saw the leaks and I saw the explosion and Zackley dead, I so thought it was a Titan. I thought it was Titan wine.
Yeah.
But no, it wasn't. It was almost better.
Yeah, honestly, I prefer this over Titan wine, personally.
Yeah.
It's more of the people to just blow up like a fucking official with a bomb. And it's like, it's being done by people who aren't Eren and Zeke, right? And that's kind of the part of the point of it. And so I think it adds a lot more thematically.
But on the same side, we know Zackley's dead, and that's sad.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
He's not some good dude.
He was the true artist.
He was one of the biggest memes we had.
Yeah, that too. That being said, they killed him with the ship machine, so it is so much more than acceptable in this case.
It's poetic.
That was pretty great. And then we got the Shinzo wo Sasage-yo. That was just Armin and Mikasa's and Hitch's reactions to this. Because it's like they were there during Uprising, and then it's just like, now we are the ones getting uprisen.
I have a crack theory for you guys. So,
most of your
all these guys are sitting here saying, our anger has reached them. I'm joining the fight too. So am I. Let's bring victory to the new Eldian Empire. Devote your hearts. What if these motherfuckers get voluntarily turned into Titans to fight? What if they choose to go with Eren and Zeke?
Jesus Christ!
That'd be so fucked.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Look at this huge mob screaming, devote your hearts. It's clearly wanting to turn into Titans.
Dude,
oh my God!
You know what's gonna happen? They're gonna put it in liquid form. They're gonna drink the fucking Kool-Aid.
They're gonna drink the fucking Kool-Aid.
Oh my God! I think I might have just did something.
The Shiganshina Town Massacre.
Jeez, that would be next level.
See, but then the next question is why they would need mindless Titans.
Yeah, I mean. That's true.
Well, Zeke,
I suppose they're an excellent weapon against Marley since they don't really have anti-Titan weaponry.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
They have anti-shifter weaponry, but not anti-mindless.
You know?
Titan Rain!
Exactly.
The Ice Burst plane!
For this? What if they just sign up?
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
We're setting up for it, like.
Dude, did we figure out?
We did.
No, we're getting too excited.
Oh my god!
We're getting too excited.
Just remember, you heard it here first.
To be fair, I said Titan Rain on the plane earlier.
You did. I put the logistics together.
I didn't remember that, but I trust you.
He did say it.
Nice. So,
all right, so
this meeting.
Yeah. I like how they call it his personal custom chair. Just say shit machine. We know what it was.
They didn't know. They didn't know what it was.
Oh yeah, they didn't. True.
Yeah, and so what I like here is that it's just like the recruits from the Survey Corps are the ones who planted the bomb, and so it's just like right now they are on the opposite, are opposed to the philosophy of the Survey Corps right now, and it's like now they're on the other end, and so very fitting. I don't know.
No, I think they're more shocked because like, oh fuck, we've got moles.
Yeah.
And I saw someone mentioned on the subreddit that like everything's being parallel between manga and anime. Like Shit Machine shows up in manga, or anime it shows up in manga. Kaya shows up in anime. Kaya shows up, well, not really that one. But a lot of stuff is returning at the same time. So, and Flock was talking about still having a mole high up in the military. What if it's Shottis?
That would be wild.
Who has a mole?
That would actually make a lot of sense, though.
Oh, shit.
Because he's been a bystander this whole time, and now Flock gives him a chance to actually fucking do something.
Oh, that'd be interesting. I figured that his story would be more like one of, like, oh, redemption, and then he gives a pep talk to Hanji or something about, like, not doing what he did, and then he, like, dies in some fight. But, like, that'd be fucked.
It would be fucked.
Just like if he was Flock's informant, that'd be crazy. Then Eren Yeager, he's escaped from his Eren Yeager has escaped from his underground cell. And I think this is pretty much confirmation that he can Warhammer without transforming.
Yeah, I think so.
Heavy implication.
Yeah.
We know he could do something because he had the Titan eyes when he was talking to Hanji.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, it's interesting. He didn't. If he had turned into a full Titan, the whole cell would have been destroyed. The whole building would have been destroyed. But it's also a big fucking hole. And then he filled it.
Yeah, it'd be really long too. We don't know how long this hole goes. I'm assuming pretty far if you don't want anyone to find him.
Moving on to like this thing with Eren where he walks out and he has no shirt because of course he doesn't. And he meets up with Flock.
And he has ghost nipples. Don't forget the ghost nipples.
Ghost nipples. Somebody counted. There are exactly 12 people here besides Eren.
So is Jesus.
Jesus, yeah, he's Jesus.
Seems alright.
I feel like Isayama's earned at least one Jesus allegory at this point. You know?
Well, they had the one in the
code chaos now, bitches!
When they had him in that sex dungeon, he was when the Rod Rice was talking about God.
I'm gonna be disappointed. If he Zero Requiems himself, I'm gonna be so disappointed.
That's not gonna happen.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen.
Saucy, you haven't seen Code Geass.
I know the reference though.
Go fucking watch Code Geass.
Yeah.
And then watch JoJo, because I'm watching JoJo right now, and it's amazing.
Also watch Akito the Exile. That one was...
Oh, God, no! Akito was garbage!
I liked Akito!
Akito was horrible. Absolutely horrible.
You know what? Whatever. We're talking about Attack on Titan.
At least tell me you've seen the new trailers for the third movie.
I thought it was going to be a third season.
Everyone did.
I'm fucking salty.
And then they made it an alternate timeline where you-know-who doesn't even die. Yeah, no.
All right. Well, okay. First of all, I'm one of those. Oh, wait. Are you talking about? Give me a second.
Can we move back to Attack on Titan here? Let's do this after.
Yeah, we're talking about the same one.
Oh, I fucking hate that bitch.
And I need you to cut. You spoiled the name of someone who dies. So for the podcast, you need to cut that.
All right. At the end of Code Geass.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
I like how Flock tells him that somebody blew exactly away with a bomb. And Eren just doesn't even care. I'm just like, oh,
probably deserved it.
You know, shit happens.
He might have known in advance. He might have known in advance.
Sun rises as he puts on this fucking cloak.
I'm just really hoping that that's not the sun. That's a Titan explosion going down.
It's not.
It might be.
Okay, that's interesting. So look at this panel where he's saying, "Oh, like locate Zeke." That's it. The guys on the left are really poorly drawn. Like, really,
a little bit.
Really poorly drawn. They look like rough pencil sketches.
That's awesome.
That means they're gonna die.
What is that?
Then we got these last couple pages where it's just foreshadowing that, hey, EMA separation, it's really fucking happening. And then Peaks in Paradise. Boom.
Best girl, turn up. Finally.
I am so happy that we get to like fucking see Peak and Porco and Rhina like working together as a unit, just like not just in some surprise fight where like they don't get it or they're not involved afterwards, and they just get to have an arc where they're doing shit.
I want to know how she got in.
Probably swam over, bro.
Okay.
Yeah, but even then, like, no, they could land somewhere on the island they're not noticed. But how do you get in the walls and all that?
Like infiltrate?
Yeah.
Same way question. Zeke did. I don't know. But
no, Zeke just climbed the walls as the monkey. But like, at this point, there are people outside the walls, so it'd be hard to miss that.
That just means that there's a sooner place where you can start blending into society.
Mole Titan.
So, okay. So, first of all, I want us to rate the chapter, and then I have a little game that I want us to do.
9.
Okay. I'll give it a 9.
All right.
It's the first chapter that's not pure action that I've loved so much in such a long time.
Yeah.
Yes.
I can see
I'm
that.
just so glad that we're actually finally getting close to
I loved these previous chapters myself personally, but I can see where you're coming from.
I was bored.
Yeah. I kind of feel about these chapters how I felt about like 94, 95, 96, all the Zeke, Reiner, or not Zeke, but RBA flashbacks and all that.
Yeah. Oh, those, yeah.
Oh, I think they're much better written.
You think those are, or this is?
Had been more like chapter 97, chapter 98 for me.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, there's more characters, more world building and stuff.
Anyways, so
what's this game?
I'm gonna post something in the scheduling channel. It's a post I made. You guys may have seen it, and I want your opinion on these. The title of the post is "I see into the future of this next arc using paths." I just say this info was sent to me via paths, and it's really just a shit ton of guesses and gut hunches that I have that I either don't feel like explaining my reasoning for, or it's really just a hunch. And so I want your opinion on some of these.
Okay. Somebody just posted a long theory, by the way, like 10 minutes ago of something involving bees. I didn't get a full read through of it, but it's basically bee theory. You'll probably get a kick out of that one.
Bees?
I can't tell if it's a shitpost or not.
I mean, they did have the bee. They had the bee in that
the bees.
ED in that ED.
That's what it's. Yeah, there was the ending, the glitched ending.
Was it anime only bee theory or manga only?
It's manga.
Oh shit. Okay, so point 1. I think that this arc's gonna be 5 volumes long and not 4 volumes like the Marley arc. What are your thoughts on that?
I could see it.
Yeah. I'd say yes, if only because the first few chapters didn't really feel like an arc. Like, with these parts of the Shottis episodes and all that we just had in the anime, people are like, oh no, that was Return to Shiganshina. No, that was Uprising. I'm like, I didn't really see it as anything.
Yeah, okay, well...
Like, to me, Uprising ends when Kenny dies. And then Shiganshina starts when they move out to Shiganshina. So
here's what I think. It's like, did you see that thing I did about the 4-act story structure?
No.
Okay, well, basically, Isayama is a big fan of this thing called Kisho Tenketsu, which is this 4-act story structure that's really popular in Japan. That's a substitute for the 3rd act, and it goes like establish a concept, explore the concept, add a twist to the concept, and then make a conclusion that involves both themes for both Act 2 and Act 3. And so it's stuff like, oh, the Titans suck. Let's train to fight the Titans. That's Act 1. Act 2, we're fighting the Titans. Act 3, oh shit, Eren's a Titan. Act 4, let's use the fact that Eren's a Titan to fight the Titans. And just every single arc can be structured this way, pretty much. And so what we saw these past 5 chapters, that was Act 1 of this arc. Because it's setting up all these ideas. It's setting up this political feud. Or feud's not the right word, but that's going to be explored. And I think we're going to explore that before we get to the Titan fighting. And there's going to be some like anti-personnel fights and some like uprising style shenanigans. And maybe some more assassination attempts. And I think, you know, like Eren's going to do some cool shit. Like I have this prediction he's going to show up at the dinner. And so I think we're going to get
the dinner with the Brose family.
Yeah. At the restaurant. Because it's like Niccolo's there, or at Niccolo's restaurant. Because
but like, he's still being overseen by Eldian soldiers.
Yeah, and I think it's gonna be it's like, hey, there's some people that I want to interrogate about Zeke's location here, or some shit like that.
Yeah, okay, maybe. That seems like kind of a long stretch to me, but
you know, it's like it makes sense for his path and Gabi's path to cross paths. Paths.
I think that it's gonna be too busy. That's gonna be too busy being focused on Gabi's realizing that she just murdered these kids' daughter.
Why not both?
Maybe.
I think that should be more of its own moment.
Yeah.
It's like that is its own moment, and then fucking Eren walks in, and the people are rejoicing in the streets and like pushing all the soldiers away. As like fucking like Jesus Christ himself walks in, and just like, you know, I don't know. He's just new Eren. He's a hardened badass who's like way too edgy. But it makes it look so good. I think that Flock will kill a major character with anti-personnel gear. That Mikasa and Louise will face each other, and that Connie will angrily kill at least one nameless Survey Corps recruit who supports Eren.
I could see those.
Yeah, Dark Connie. I want to explore Dark Connie in this. And like Jean and Connie
we still fucking need Connie versus Zeke.
We do. My theory,
at least a conversation.
It's more of a hope than a theory. Is that Levi dies partway into the arc, facing Zeke, and dies, and then Connie is involved in the final fight with Zeke.
Maybe.
I also think that the Warriors' perspective, we aren't going to see too much of it. They're going to be kind of a mystery because we haven't seen too much. We've been seeing like these snapshots. We didn't see any of them preparing. I think those are going to be a mystery. Dalco's going to get the armored Titan at some point when he nearly dies trying to save Gabi for some rebel. And then like Reiner's beaten, but he's got like some serum and he's like Gabi, inject him. And you know.
Reiner doesn't need to be beaten. He's just that suicidal. Let's be honest.
Honestly.
He's gonna beat himself.
And that would never happen, what you just said, because Gabi'd be like, no, fuck you, and shoot herself up.
No, but it's like character development. That's my point. I was going to get to that. Also, how fucking cool would it be to see an anti-personnel versus anti-personnel fight at some
Very
point?
Interesting.
No, it's just like they're fucking like riding in the carriage, and then it's just like Hanji's there, and Oniakopon sees something out of the corner of his eye. Is like, get down, Hanji, and like fucking like get down, Mr. President, sir. And then it's just like two people on either side, fucking just like firing personnel shots into the wagon.
That'd be insane.
It'd be too much of a rehash of what the anime did for the Kenny fight. Let's be honest.
I mean, yeah, but just like that kind of thing, you know?
They're gonna fucking drive by.
And
yeah, that'd be legit.
I think the Wall Titans will walk, so my theory for the final arc, I don't think this is the last arc. I think there's going to be a final arc, and I have two theories for what it is. First is that the Wall Titans walk, but then by the end of the fucking arc somehow, like, someone takes the founding Titan from Eren and then gets them all to, like, rip out their own napes. But then, oh no, the world's going to kill Paradise now. And so the final arc is this fucking just, like, the whole world is throwing these, like, tanks and shit at Paradise. And they just have their fucking Titans. And like at some point, like one character just like eats every single Titan and like becomes Ymir Fritz, and there's this giant fucking dream sequence that they just like lay waste, and it's this huge finale. My other theory for the final arc is that the Wall Titans walk at the very end, and the world gets destroyed, but somewhere on the other corner of the world, they managed to hold the line by building these walls, right?
Did you just say the corner of the world?
So, some corner of the world away from Paradise Island.
No. The world doesn't have corners, Eric.
It's a figure of speech. A figure of speech. I understand how globes work. I understand it's a manifold.
Yeah, I can definitely get behind the last of humanity left on the walls at the end.
And so it's literally just the start of the series. And then like Eren comes, and then either Eren comes to finish the fight and breaks down the walls and they fight them, or they invade Paradise Island using what Titan shifter powers they have.
I could see.
You mean the new Paradise?
Yeah. Oh, no. Like the people behind the walls make Survey Corps to go outside the walls and like drive planes past all the colossal Titans.
Or, see you later, Eren.
No, if Gabi is the one who fucking says "see you later, Eren," I am going to cackle so hard.
I'm myself.
Honestly, though, I need to see Gabi versus Eren at some point. And just in the anime adaptation, there's just that, like, the season 1 first ED, just like a chorus, like, breaks in, and she, like, just starts fucking, like, slicing up his arm. I don't know. I think about this stuff a lot.
Gabi would get that ass whooped. Let's keep it real.
Did you either of you see that post I made where I just wrote a chapter where Eren or Gabi, Falco, and fucking Kaya.
Didn't you send that to us? I'm pretty sure you sent that to all of us.
Did you? I didn't see that.
I think I may have sent it to Darth.
Maybe it was just a PM.
Yeah, maybe that. I don't know. But I titled it. I wrote this exclusively to piss people off, and people respond more positively than I expected.
Yeah, because they're not gonna fucking give you what you want.
No, it was great. I loved it. It was fun though. I had a lot of fun writing it.
Okay.
All right. Well,
sorry, I kind of stole the podcast for a while.
Let's all end with
any of you have any other thoughts about predictions and shit?
Prediction. One prediction for the next chapter. Yeah. My prediction is next chapter, or whenever Eren gets to the giant trees.
Oh, Levi
versus Eren is gonna be a thing, and Levi might die. No, Levi versus Eren, and Levi might die. And as the rest of the 104th and Hanji and Mikasa and Armin pull up, they see Eren kill Levi.
Oh shit! Reddit Platinum is live. Platinum and Silver are live.
Oh nice. Wait, what? What's that?
They redid the Reddit Gold system. Now there's 3 tiers.
Oh, of course.
I'll send you a link.
They just ruined the Reddit Silver joke now. And I think that what was I gonna say? Yeah, I forgot.
All right.
Yeah. Eren versus Levi
Zeke.
would be pretty fucking cool.
Levi, yeah.
And oh yeah, how do you guys think Historia is gonna tie into all of this? She's gonna be sitting around being pregnant.
Here's what would be interesting: Historia eats all 9 Titans. Historia becomes Ymir.
Historia fucks herself. She gets her lesbian girlfriend back.
I think Historia dies in childbirth.
I will say, which leaves it's worth noting, though. It's worth noting that the girl in her book looked like her, and the anime changed the girl in the book's name to Krista instead of Ymir.
I think that's like Krista is to Ymir as Rice is to Fritz.
I think so too.
Maybe. But it's I don't know. Time loop with Krista as Ymir. As Historia as Ymir.
Fucking time.
She's gonna die in childbirth. which leaves them no choice but to drop the rumbling ASAP.
I'm still hoping for the high school conspiracy to be true. You guys remember when I was going on about that?
I do remember that. It has its merits.
You should restate it for those who don't.
So basically, Isayama, he always did these fake previews, but he's stopped doing actual, like he used to do a different thing every time, but now every single one has been a little 2-page comic of this fucking, like, American-themed high school with the characters, like, you know, in it, and it's just this spin-off. And I have this crackpot theory that since Marley is sort of Western-inspired, that this is actually the canonical future of Attack on Titan, and they got reincarnated via paths, and this is the canonical sequel.
Boku no Titan Academia.
Honestly, yes.
I think that's enough crack for the day.
It's not.
Yeah, that's enough crack for the day.
But it would be so great. No, how fucking crazy would it be if the last chapter ended and then just fucking Eren wakes up and then goes to school, and then it just is like in 6 months Isayama's going to begin his new work. Stay tuned for Attack on Titan 2 High School Edition. Oh man, fucking Season 7 Attack on Titan where Eren has to ask Mikasa to the prom.
I think Mikasa would ask Eren for the record.
Eren would ask Historia, let's be real. Mikasa's cucked as fuck at this point.
No doubt.
She's so cucked. It's no.
Eren wouldn't get to ask Historia though, because Amir.
Eren, I'm convinced that Eren low-key fell for Historia during the cave scene when she did that whole thing, like at the end of episode 7 of season 3, where she has that whole like fucking
I'm gonna destroy the world.
About like, yeah, like who I don't give a shit about exterminating all the Titans. I don't care about the rest of humanity and what's good for the rest of humanity. I can't help but think how much of that talk influenced Eren's current decisions.
Probably a lot. I know you don't like the whole influence by other people, but maybe Frida's feeling a little of that too.
So, how do you guys want to end this?
I think we can just wrap it up. Thanks for coming, guys.
Darth, take us home.
No.
Eren did nothing wrong.
I'm gonna cut it off right at the end.
Oh my god!